Hey guys, welcome into a part 3. Hopefully we can get the rest of these done. Like I said, these are all objects we had no intentions on really posting. Like I always say, we are out for the best evidence that I can get to support this claim. But we do have some interesting footage that's worth taking a look at. Now, this is one of them, and you're not going to believe what this object looks like. Well, you will. Obviously, it's going to be some form of balloon-shaped anomaly. But just its movement. Its movement alone was very, very anomalous. Like I said, it's very drone-like. We're going to take a little close look at some of... We'll look at the infrared first. Each section of the infrared so we can get an idea. I've laid them sync at 21, 22, 20. So I assume we go to 20 first. Now, I'll show you guys some of the Google imagery so you guys can get an understanding of how this object's actually moving here. But you can see the edge of the house here. And this is moving directly towards me, believe it or not. You can see as it's slowly moving forwards. This is coming to be a neck breaker, and this one did pause directly above me. So we've got segments of the IR because this was tracked for over... It was in the air for like 3-4 hours. This is no... Honest to God, 2-3 hours at least. And I'll show you guys. I just stopped documenting it in the end because it was just there. It's moving slowly towards me, like I said, to be a neck breaker. I think I had to stop the IR because I just couldn't turn the tripod up at any vertical anymore than what we already had it. So I had to pause that segment there. So as we see here, it's moving towards us. Now, in reference to Google Earth. Okay, so there's the roof there. So that object's like moving this way. Pay attention, this is where it came. It come to the center, and then I believe it moved like this across the sky into the mirror portion of the sky. We recorded it here, and then it moved this way across here behind. You see these trees here? You'll actually see this in the IR in a minute, that tree, as it moves this way across behind the trees and went over this way. And then later on in the day, it was seen again here. It was there for hours, and there was another one exactly the same. It was just up there like a star object in the atmosphere. I'll show you guys the IR. There was 2 objects like that which will behave quite similar, to be fair. Again, is the other IR footage, and then we'll show the up close footage of it. It's like, I think this one was the Didger. Again, elements of flare. You can see the cables here as it moves slowly across the sky. We'll speed it up a little bit. Again, it's moving across. We just paused because, yeah, it's quite long-winded. But in future, we'll just leave the IR running. I was under the illusion that IR would be quite taxing on the memory on the PC, but some of these files, you know, 30 megabytes, stuff like that, that's acceptable. I was expecting gigabytes, but because I think it's like 480p or something like that, it's not too taxing. So here's the tree. You know what we were talking about before, what I showed you guys? And there's the object. As you can see, I actually paused. Yeah, hopefully we got the footage. I did pause and try and zoom the camera out and show you guys doing some mirror signaling. So I was flashing my antique mirror that I have. Yeah, someone put in the comments, do you need an antique mirror to get results? It's quite funny. But yeah, you can use any mirror you guys want. I for a long time was using just a small SOS mirror that you can get online for a couple of £1. We were getting results, but yeah, it kind of wore away, so I just used the big mirror now. As you can see here, the bushes are all swaying. And to be fair, I think this day was quite windy. I think it was around 24 mile an hour winds. It's quite breezy, you know, it's quite breezy. You wouldn't expect to see non-tumbling, flaring object like this just moving the way it did. As you can see there, and then it's going this way back around the back of the houses. So that was 22. So we've seen all them, and then let's go to Sinker. 236. This one. And have a little look what this one looks like. In case we get audioed. Yeah. Is this the right one? Right there. Stay quick. Make sure it is the Sinker. Okay, that's a different one. That's a different object. So we might as well talk about this one dead quick because we'll get lost. This is the strangest part of this subject, okay? So it could be a lovely blue skies, don't see anything, looking in the IR, can't see anything. Look down, talk to someone for 20 seconds, and you've got all that lovely blue sky, and then you look up and there's an object. I don't know how they do it. Obviously, they're moving super fast to get there or appearing from somewhere to low down. I've still not managed to capture them doing this. I'm hoping we can catch them eventually. Maybe having a circumference 360 surrounding where, like I say, we got the GoPro. Maybe we could put like the GoPro somewhere hidden away from where we're doing this. Maybe we can capture them however they're like coming into this low orbit, you know. This is really low down, and I laughed when I seen it. I know we're gonna just say, okay. I mean, it's a sunflower. It's a giant sunflower with something on the bottom, but we have some good data on this one. It came back and returned, but there it is. Looks like it's got something on the bottom. I struggled to get it because we had the manual focus near infinity. So obviously this one's pretty damn close. We only got like 20-30 seconds as it passed behind the houses. It's like a sunflower egg. Yeah, there it is. It's got something at the bottom. Tight tether as well. But I laughed when I seen it. Okay, so that was just one that was in the surrounding area. So that was at 2:36, and then Sinker was 10 minutes later. What we just seen the IR for, which we'll go into now. Hopefully we can get a good idea of how this, how this object moved. So it's a digit 8, where 2 stars at the bottom, trying to focus in on it. But the stars didn't ever overtake the 8, so they never floated upwards. It's almost like they're a counterweight. That's why we have this it's a Sinker. It's like a floater Sinker. It's one of the types that we see quite a lot as well. We call them floater Sinkers. You'd have one object at the top and like a weighted object at the bottom, so it shouldn't be up there. You see it's got a tether and stuff like that. Let's get the magnifying glass up dead quick. It's cool to look at, isn't it? So you can see there, tied and jumbled up, 2 star balloons with a digit 8, you know. Not into a, this is why I didn't really post this one. Obviously, we know what people are gonna say straight away, and I'm on your guys' side. I get where people are coming from, and this is why we need to be careful, you know. Will we get it wrong? Yeah, there'll be sometimes we get some wrong, but 90, I'd say like a large portion. Okay, so we'll flick through some of the footage on this one. See me trying to get some focus of it. Again, it's by the wires there. Just have like some sort of, you're just going to be saying it's mylar flashing. Look how it twists and turns. It just does the same. That was something I did notice with this. It's on the same rotation from the bottom consistently, and it gives the illusion that they're heavy. They seem heavy. A lot of tension on that, on that tether there. So the tether doesn't ever go loose and like move around or anything like that. It seems very tight as it moves through. So we'll just flick through some of this. Yeah, so that was where some of the IR started there, weren't it? Yeah, you can see it looks like it's flaring and flashing. If you were to take footage of that now, and if I was to post that, some people would be absolutely amazed. Yeah, here I am. Here's the mirror. Here's my antique mirror right there. As I'm trying to signal, I tried to lock the tripod in because of the weight. It started moving it up. Didn't have it tight enough, but you can see I'm flashing signals towards that object there, trying to get a response. And what happened? You guys seen in the IR? So as a mirror signal, and it actually moved this way and then came towards me at some point again. And later on in the day, this one, and again the starflower one, where by this tree but high up, they look like a star. You could only see them in IR, and they were there for hours, absolute hours. But we'll talk about that for in a minute. Yeah, there I am trying to signal again. So I am literally sending direct signals towards that object now. Which is isn't that you gotta be like, that's amazing. I don't care what we know what they're trying to do. We know what they're trying to do, and it takes a keen eye to just take a closer look at this. That's amazing. That is amazing. There's not many people doing this sort of stuff, and it's a shame. It's a shame. Even if you just do it for yourselves. Do it for yourselves. And there is a lot of people who do that, who are just, you know, sit in the garden and they'll record these type of things and keep it to themselves. Which, don't get me wrong, I've thought about doing many times, and it's just you guys, like the community in general, that have kept me doing it over the years. Because I could happily do all this alone. But again, there it is again. We'll just flick through some of it. We were looking for something to happen, maybe for on an orb to come past, or something to interact, a secondary object, which will just further. But I'd say for this one, again, float to sinker, and its movement that we seen in the IR was something else. Yeah, the more balloon like you look, the more you can get away with it, seems. Right there it is. This is where it started coming towards us, I think. You see, it came behind them trees and then rised up and then started coming towards us. And that was just after doing the mirror signal. And sometimes I do the mirror signal directly towards it, and then I will signal where I would like it to go, you know. So either above me or back to the area. That's why it actually did come back to the mirror portion signal of the sky. Like to say, hi, I acknowledge you. Would you move over to here, to this location to help me? And like we were saying about the telemetry data, I tried the GoPro. It worked to a certain degree to take the telemetry data from the GoPro using certain applications, but it just weren't very accurate. Now I have a good phone. I have the Z Fold 7, and I didn't know what they had built-in telemetry. So like I said, I'm just going to record the phone at some point, and I'll have the telemetry data, like the compass on there, you know. Look like came like a reddish colour there. And then all I have to do is overlay on the footage and sync it. Look, just twist and turning. But you can see why. Like, I'm just flicking through this. Oh yeah, someone went past it there. Why I stopped recording them, because they're just, you know, it's there for ages. Yeah, there's an object there, secondary. See if we can get that again. I like them if I can. I like to see these slow down and touch them, or sometimes we've documented, well, other people have documented orbs coming out of these balloon-like objects, you know. Very rare, but yeah, that's a secondary object, definitely. Some people say at the markers. So I'm under the illusion a little bit that we have these orb objects all around us, and they'll come closer, but they use maybe they guide and sometimes real balloons. What if they, not all of them, some of them they might be forming together, and they bring like a balloon to a certain location for you to zoom in, and then you see them, the little orbs zipping around, like to say, this is where we are. This is where we are. They look at this around this area and you'll see us all around it. Maybe that's what's making them, these little orb objects. This is coming towards us. You can see, you can almost tell, can't you? Look how it looks now. That's coming towards us. That's nearly above us by the looks of it. No tumbling. It's just, yeah, just doing what it wants. Right, so what's this one again? Look again. So that is 3:10. And when did we start documenting it? So nearly, yeah. Okay, so that's like 20 minutes worth of footage there. Right, I'll move on because it will just be more of the same. Let's see what this one is. Oh, we're just tracking aircraft. Was I hoping... Oh yeah, right. I think I've seen in the IR this aircraft coming towards an anomaly. I was hoping to capture both in the same clip. I think I have to zoom out to get it. Let's see. There. Oh, that was it again. It's the same object. You can see now it started to raise and go up after it's done what it did. What's this one? 323 on the 25th. See, like I say, some of it might be the same one. We documented it quite a lot. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Is this one named? No, did we not name the sunflower? That's a shame. So, this was our 323. And originally we seen it nearly an hour before. Nearly an hour before this went... This went behind the houses. So it was low down, it was like around here. And I only seen it for like 10 seconds low down, and it went this way, behind the houses. How the hell did it do that? Right, it went that way, a balloon should just go that way or float up and burst. It's over this way now. It's over here, an hour later. I'll try and show you guys, you might see some reference points. This is why it's probably... Sometimes I just post these videos and try and tell you guys, but sometimes seeing it like this, it's a whole different ball game, isn't it? Which one was it? Was it this one? Yeah, 523. Right, let's see. Let's see. Hopefully some reference points where we can show you guys so you'll understand. But look. Rigid. Very rigid tether. Again, that object at the bottom there. I don't know. You could go on Google right now and just type in flower balloon. You'll probably get something very similar. But will it behave like this? Think of what these can get away with what they're doing right now. Rigid tether, yeah, that like counterweight thing at the bottom. As it just moves around again. Between the one that we see in the Digit 8 and this. I think this one might have been around for most of the day. Thinking back, I think I should have documented, even if it was just like for 10 seconds, just to show you guys the timestamp, which we'll do in future. Just to show, like, you've only got my word to take for some of this, but we got the timestamp there for this one for an hour. But I'm telling you, it was there for most of the day. To the point that just, I give up. I gave up recording it. It was just stationary in the sky. You see, it's like flaring. I'm struggling to record it, even though we're on a tripod at 125. It can become really difficult to record. I'll just flick through some of it. But I really like this type of stuff. I really like it. So it's not for everyone. It's like UFOs and aliens, I get it, but it's... Oh wow, it's something really cool. Okay, yeah, I did. I took 20 seconds a clip. I think I'll probably give up recording it and then come across it again in the IR. 525, 325. Okay, now we're going on to the 29th. We had a little break in the weather, which we do in the UK. It's never great weather. We get the good days I do get, I will be out here most days. Oh, this might be the one I wanted to post. We will post a more detailed one on this one, but if this is the one I'm thinking, it might not be. It might be later on, because we see a lot of these. It's another digit with a rigid tether. Digits 3, no tumble. Again, just spotted in the IR. Let's see if it's the one. Yeah, it is. Okay. This is awful luck. I have actually caught them doing this before, but it was out of frame for 3 or 4 seconds. 3 or 4 seconds, and you'll see what happens. Again, rigid tether. I knew it was them. And it's coming directly towards the mirror signaling part of the sky. Here we go. Look, 3, 4 seconds, and boom. I actually motion tracked this. We got this to post at some point. I've motion tracked it and zoomed it in a lot more. Like I said, because we're in 4K, we can potentially zoom in quite a bit and it'd still be 1080p quality. But it looks like it burst. And I know, yeah, balloons burst. But you know what was remarkable about this one? It is not like falling down to the ground. Once a balloon bursts, I believe it weighs a good few grams. It should just be falling down to the ground. This didn't. Once this happened, its flight path that it was on. Its flight path, so it was around here. Again, I do apologise. We'll make sure we have more IR. And again, we'll have the telemetry data soon as well. So we'll be able to track its flight path a little bit more scientific. So as again, it was around here that happened, and then it didn't like fall down to the sky or anything. It just maintained and went off like that into the horizon over there. You don't see it after then. And does anyone notice anything else? What was we mentioning that give it away? A rigid tether. It lost its tether. It lost. So in them 3 or 4 seconds, I'm so. I know. It's a shame. It is a shame to miss it, but well, there's always better ones to come. It lost its tether. I have looked at this footage so many times to hope to try and maybe see I know Jeremy Thomas, aka Plasmonoid Study Group on YouTube, has caught these objects releasing the tethers. And the tethers remaining rigid and upright still. Not like flail and round, they remained upright and just going upwards. Floating tethers that have released from them. Just a shame that we didn't capture, but it's lost its tether. See, it's moving like this way now along the sky. Awesome. Well, wait for the better footage of that. We do, like I said, we have a motion track for you guys, which we'll release shortly. Okay. 213. This was straight after. This was straight after documenting that object. Tracked it for a little bit, and then I looked up with the eye, and then looked around with the IR, and we seen this one. This was in the mirror portion and signaling of the sky. We get it more into sync. There you go. It's a Digit 3 with some balloons attached to it. You got our birthday balloons, like that. Stuff like that's really hard, isn't it? Say anything else. That's again why we're not gonna really post it. It's under the X files. What we're gonna start calling this. So in future, I just won't delete every bit of footage. You guys still get to see what we've recorded, what we've left out, sort of. I say we've left it out, but we've sort of counteracted that by posting it, haven't I? But yeah, I'm just saying there is some stuff that we've seen in the sky. Have a little look at it. Some of it's it's worth looking at. But I'm not gonna put my neck in a noose for it. Okay, so there was that. And just here's a good reference to show you the power of the P1100. You can see right in there, and we could actually zoom in on that. Show you, it is a really good camera. We're getting good footage. It's just good reference to show you how high some of these objects can be. They're really difficult to get your eyes on. Okay, so at 12:21 on the 30th. So this is like, it's probably been out for about 20 minutes. I normally wait for like 11:30, 12 o'clock to start my observations. Peak time's normally 2 till 3. And then, yeah, normally if it's a nice day, we maybe got to like 5:30, 6 o'clock at the most before I go in. Yeah, this was a very windy day. It was like 35-mile-an-hour winds. I weren't expecting to see much this day, but we've seen a bag. I know, that's funny, isn't it? Bag in the sky. What would you expect? But that's why I left that one out. Didn't like do any sort of movement that caused me to think anything different, Just blowing in the wind, and I went across the sky. I was lucky to capture it, to be fair. But even though it's difficult to get a bag in the sky, people don't understand how hard that actually is to do. I have tried to do experiments in windy conditions. But yeah, okay, there's bags as well in the sky. And like I said, it didn't like stay in the mirror portion of the sky, paused, or move towards me, or have any explorers that we get with the variables and stuff like that. Okay, Hearty 2 is infrared. I think this, yeah, well, heart-shaped balloon. Here we go. We actually put a timestamp now on top. Just should have done. See if we can see it. This is a hard one to see in IR. I can't even see it. I'm struggling to see that one in IR at the moment. But it must be there. Oh, there. Was that it? No. I think it's here somewhere. This is a real hard one to see. Again, I was quite shocked that I managed to capture it. Yeah, that's a hard one. So Hearty will be this one. Let's have a little look. Yep. Heart balloon with a tether. Straight tether again. That, like I said, that is so high up there, chat. That is so high up there. We couldn't barely see that on the IR. And I hope from showing you guys the zoom that's capable here of this camera, you know. We can take a little closer look at that. I struggle to see that one. Okay, now we got Bluey 2. Bluey 2 was more visible. Get on the 30th of April, 18 minutes past 2. Looks like it's moving downwards. And this is how I spot these objects. Like I say, them just normally on a monitor or the laptop. Scanning the surroundings of the mirror signal portion of the sky. And we get these little objects flashing in the atmosphere. Oh, look where it is. Do we see? It's the cables. So it's coming down right into the mirror signal. That's where it is, around this area. It's just coming down. It's very drone-like again. It's not like blowing and going this way and tumbling. It's just moving with purpose. Bluey, that is. Let's have a look at Bluey. Yeah, balloon-shaped anomaly, thick tether. So it's got multiple tethers together there. Pulling in for some reason. One weren't enough. Almost like tentacles, aren't they, sometimes? But you can, yeah. Easy to discredit. Very easy to discredit something like that. So it just moves across the sky. Let me delete that one. Blister. Right, this was a good one. This was a really good one. Look, it should look really impressive in IR. We're going to post this one. This was quite low down. And it was really, really intense. Really intense. You can tell when you see it. I don't know what it is. Like, people go, it's the sun's reflection. Seeing the sun's reflection from balloons. It's like a little white light. These are really intense. And sometimes they give off like a purple hue colour. See, it's coming past the end. It was going pretty quick. And I watched it. After I recorded it, obviously because the tripod can only reach so high. I stood up and looked just over the fence, and I could just see it going into the horizon again. And it was just maintaining this flashing. I'm surprised no one actually seen it. You can see there, I'm trying to record it for as long as possible as it's coming down. Below there. That's Blister. It's Blister. And this was that day I was mentioning that was really windy as well. Super windy. I still might post this, but like, I know what people are going to say. It's an interesting object. It does have a drip point where you tie balloons to. No tether, obviously. Deflated. And it was really bright. But you could say, oh, a metallic balloon will be really bright with the sunshine. Touché. But it's not like this. It's not like this. It's a totally different type of light. It's almost like it's coming out of the surface. That's what, again, it's just why we just try and post the better footage, you know. I've tried this pattern before of posting objects that I know is anomalous, and it just doesn't really go far, you know, unfortunately. So I think the best thing to do now normally is, obviously we do this X-Files series, and anything that's really good, which I could go through 50, 60 objects in the atmosphere to try and get that one good one. But it'll be really good in it if you pay attention to what we're saying and what's going on. You'll have a good understanding of what's happening. I think that's a really good object, that one. Okay. I see blue. I see this one. Okay, that's just a balloon, this one. Just low down balloon. It was just, you go, caught for a few seconds, just, that's a balloon. That is a balloon. Going past. Diggy. Let's have a look at this one in the IR. Again. We know where that is. Same as always. As it's moving across. Playing. And it's a Digi. Is it a Digi? Maybe a Digi 4. Silver. Metallic. Tether. Just travelling past. Nothing there to write home about. Okay, we've done Blister. Beef ring. Again, pulsating. 4 o'clock on the 30th. One's coming along, flashing this way. It's coming downwards. Done. Okay, Digi 3. It's got multiple tethers. It's going past. That's it. I think we might be done. Again, we had this one, Digi 5, blue one. Just going past in the sky there with that. Small tether, this one, for some reason. And that's it. That is it from the X-Files. It took a lot longer than what I was expecting. So we got like an hour and a half worth of footage there. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. And yeah, if you do, just let me know if you want me to keep on doing this sort of thing in the future. What we'll do is we'll just I'll delete all this and we'll let the footage compile again. We'll go through some of the stuff that, yeah, we weren't going to post, but we posted. Yeah, okay, guys, so I'm hoping that we have some better weather coming in the UK shortly. Which, again, summer's just around the corner. IR, we'll have the telemetry data up as well. Yeah, and just keep on improving. I think that's, that's the way forwards, is just try and get the best footage we can. Best footage to support this claim. And it's so easy. It is so easy to see. It's shocking. Anyone watching this who doesn't believe in anything like this, just wait for a nice day wherever you are. go out, flash a mirror in a sequence of primary numbers, wait 20 minutes, repeat the sequence again in the same place. You can also incorporate summon, which is telepathically warping the sky. You just stare up at one point in the sky and just ask them to show themselves. That works. I don't believe that it's too much to do with what you're saying. I think just the idea of looking up into the atmosphere and searching for something, these are all around us, and you looking up to look for something is like them saying, oh look, they might be trying to see us, and then they'll come down and interact with you and try and meet you halfway by showing themselves. Yeah, so we'll see you all in the near future. Thank you for everyone watching, and again, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the X-Files. Bye now. Bye.